And then a lot of the movie is dedicated to her story, how she met her sidekick. She has a sidekick. As I'm watching the movie, I'm going, is he just trying to make Kathleen Kennedy happy?
But you were in a unique position because you are one of the few people that have actually seen Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked when you came through the doors, they didn't say, whoa, there's a mistake here, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We were supposed to get chills.
I don't know.
Chills, I tell you.
Well, there are certain studios where I'm not on the list, quite frankly, for things I did in the past. So while I'm
you in your honesty?
Well, technically speaking, I am Access Media. I mean, I started FilmThreat in 1985 as a punk rock zine. It was a magazine in the 90s. In 1996, we launched the website. The YouTube channel we launched like in 2017. So I've just sort of been all over the map. But yeah, I'm as surprised as you that I actually got to go to see it. But yeah, it's everything we feared. It's everything we feared, and all the spoilers that people put online, they're all accurate.
Chris, I don't know if you've seen this. There are some YouTubers out there who are claiming that ignore the leaks. They were all wrong, that you should not base going to the movie on whether or not you've heard those leaks because they're completely inaccurate. And then, but the one thing they can't get away from, and we're not going, I don't know, Valiant, what's our rule here for this movie? Are we going to spoil or are we not going to spoil?
Spoil the hell out of it. I don't care.
Okay.
Well, it's already out there.
I mean, look, exactly. The leaks have been out now for a while. And look, credit where credit is due. I'm always a very pragmatic, or at least I try to be as pragmatic as possible, take sobering approaches to people's opinions, rumors, all this kind of stuff. And look, the stuff that friends like Doomcock had out for a while now, like a year on this movie, pretty much turned out to be accurate.
Doomcock was right. Let's just say it.
Right.
Let's just put it on the shirt.
Absolutely. Hashtag Doomcock was right on this one. He got this and everything. Now, of course, there were some finer points that turned out not to be exactly what was expected, but they fit the mold, right? First, it was a time travel thing. Well, no, it's not really time travel per se, but it all fit. We had past Indy, young Indy, old Indy. Everything fit almost perfectly into his rumors that he put out a year ago. And this movie is a dumpster fire.
To finish what I was saying, though, you've got these shill journalists out there who are spinning as hard as they can. That was the whole point in Disney having Chris, although Chris has went wayward on them. He's not shilling along as he was supposed to.
Right.
But the one thing that they can't do, I have not found a single one who can praise the ending. They all are sort of stuck. It's so bad that not even they can defend it. And I think, with The Flash, we're going to go to a new phase of DC. But for Disney, there's no new phase. They're going to end Indy this way. And I don't think fans will ever forgive them.
They've killed it. Chris?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple things. One, there's one big thing. It's Phoebe Waller-Bridge. It's Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She is, it's one thing when you take an actor that has poorly written dialogue, just badly written character, and then you put a likable actor in there, actor or actress, and they can actually kind of make it work. But this is the double combo of really poorly thought out character, bad dialogue, bad on every level, and an unlikable actress. I mean, Phoebe Waller-Bridge has done nothing to convince me, or I think anybody else, that she is a boost at the box office. I think it was Paul Chato who suggested, why didn't they just have Jennifer Lawrence, who is on camera very likable, and I will say. But enough about that. Indiana Jones is bad. All the leaks are true. The opening 20 minutes of the movie is like a copy of an Indiana Jones movie. It felt like a copy, and I'm like, this has got it's just pretty good. Like it's the best deep fake I've ever seen. That doesn't mean it doesn't have flaws. It's flawed. But it's, first 20 minutes, it's just Indiana Jones. It's the end of World War II, and the Nazis are loading antiquities and stealing artifacts, throwing them on a train, and taking the train to meet with Hitler. And Indiana Jones is caught in the midst of it with his friend Basil. and they're trying to get specific items, including the Dial of Destiny ends up being one of the items they realize is among these things. In any case, it's just young Harrison Ford, and it's great. The timing is great. The music cues, everything about it. It's got everything that's a good Indiana Jones type of action, which is a mix of tension, suspense, surprise, humor, all of that woven in. And it's so well done. That's why I mean, it feels like a copy of really good Indiana Jones. It's the 20-minute opening. I mean, it could be 10 to 20, timing, whatever. It's the opening scene of the movie, and it's a lot of fun. Then it cuts to present day, and it's sad Indiana Jones in his apartment, which we've seen in the trailer.
I always think that your great movies should have the first 20 minutes be the highlight, and then you slog through the rest of the 2 hours. Exactly. It's always a great plan.
And then it's
fooled you.
Yeah. Well, that's first draft writing right there. That's what that is. The first 20 pages are awesome, and like the rest is like, what the heck happened here? That's the first draft.
Him in present day, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge is kind of she basically does things that Indiana Jones would have done in the past. She's got like all these, she basically sleeps around and uses her feminine wiles to get with dudes and trick them into doing things for her.
Are they drunk and blind?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've seen Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She's not very attractive, even by British standards.
Yeah. Someone said she's a British.
Beer goggles script, beer goggles.
Yeah.
Maybe she's playing the SheHulk character from last summer on Disney Plus.
Dude, the writing on SheHulk is better.
Well, you like to see her twerk.
Right, so let's say that again, though, because that's the quote of the evening, I think, to say that SheHulk was better than Indiana Jones, the Dial of Destiny.
No, the writing was better.
God.
The writing.
But I will say James Mangold, as a director, he did his job as the director of this movie. But I felt like he was trying to placate and please Kathleen Kennedy, because the female lead it's worse than Ray, because at least Daisy Ridley, I think, is a very likable actress.
Yeah.
So you have a poorly written character, Ray, very poorly written character.
She's also attractive.
Daisy Ridley, I think, is very attractive, and she's also really likable. You see her in interviews, she doesn't deserve any of the hate for the Star Wars sequels, and she did her job. But then take that same thing, you've got bad writing, badly conceived character, and an unlikable actress. She's just unlikable, no chemistry. I mean, they would have been better off like pairing Indy off with like maybe a Kate Winslet or like a Nicole Kidman, kind of like age, like maybe more age appropriate. There could have been some sort of romance or something. I don't know.
Why didn't they just bring back Short Round?
Well, I mean, Harrison Ford didn't want to have another romance.
They're probably regretting not getting Ke-Huy Quan. I'm sorry, sir. I just want to say they're probably regretting not getting Ke-Huy Quan in there, especially after the success he just had with an Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
And he's pure joy in every interview he does.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. So huge missed opportunities. I really feel like as I'm watching the movie, I'm going, is he just trying to make Kathleen Kennedy happy? Is that like, who wants to watch this garbage? So while the opening sequence is like, just make a movie of just that. And it is like the best deep fake I've seen. Like, I thought that Rogue One was terrible. Princess Leia, and that was terrible. Grand Moff Tarkin was terrible. Rogue One was terrible. Like, please do not do that again. The only thing I would say,
just real quick, Chris, are you talking about from a VFX CGI standpoint, or the movie altogether?
Correct. The VFX of those characters.
Yes.
So you're basically a de-aged Harrison Ford. But here's the problem: whoever they got as his body double, they needed to pay more attention to the fact that Harrison Ford acts. He's a very physical actor. Does a lot of his own stunts. He acts with his whole body. And I feel that the thing that got distracting was, to me, I'm like, Harrison Ford doesn't stand that way. Young Harrison Ford stands differently. So, I mean, minor detail, maybe I'm just sort of being nitpicky, whatever. But once it gets to, he goes to teach his class, and in the back of the room is a girl who has all the answers. And of course, it's Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And she's insufferable. Her character is just kind of insufferable. She's beyond a Mary Sue. She basically is annoyed at Indy, kind of drags him on this adventure because she kind of needs him, and she's incredibly selfish and just trying to think like what are her likable attributes, and then a lot of the movie is dedicated to her story. They show a flashback. They show a flashback with her at 12 years old, the last time she saw Indiana Jones, and last time Indy saw her father Basil, and that exchange because it's meaningful. How she met her sidekick. She has a sidekick. The sidekick is this kid named Teddy, which I would just call as like a magical person of color. Have you ever seen that sketch? You ever seen that sketch on Key and Peele called The Magical Negro?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, it's first of all, that's a great sketch because it points out a stupid trope in these movies, and they just did that with this kid, her sidekick, who's basically like a monkey wrench who can do anything. So,
they made him a tool.
Issue.
Yeah.
What's that?
They made him a tool. They made a diverse character into a literal tool.
He literally can just do like, I need this done, and he just does it. He's a pickpocket. He does this.
So she's playing Brie Larson, and she has Daisy Ridley as Ray as the sidekick. I get it.
No, that's Jennifer Lawrence because she was the first to do everything. So
in any case, it's I think audiences are going to hate this movie. It's 2.5 hours. Doesn't need to be.
That's brutal.
I think part of this is, running time is another cut on that 1,000 cuts. People are tired of these freaking movies.